Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button, and as always, please hit that like button if you find the information that I provide beneficial to you. Now, our topic for you today is pretty straightforward. 10 ways to get new members. I think everyone that we talk to, whether it be on the phone, whether it be in person, whether it be in videos here on the channel, this is the common denominator. How do we get more members? So 10 ways to get new members. Some of these you may have heard. You might be doing them. Maybe we can revise a little bit how we're doing them to get better results. And so number one, make use of social media. Okay, now, and I think most people probably are doing that at some level. There's a few things on social media that I would talk about. Make sure you're keeping your pages current and updated. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of folks out there, in the last 12 months, hey, you might have been temporarily closed, you're doing this, you're doing that. Make sure everything is current and updated. I know one of the biggest things that I see, like on websites and things like that, and even on social media, we'll put our group schedule in there, and it hasn't been updated for 3 months. It just looks bad. Okay, so make sure it's constantly updated. New videos, new images, new content, new information. If you've got a new manager, a new employee, and you got the old one still listed, make sure this stuff is current. Okay, when you're doing this. And so, in social media, make sure we're consistent with it. If I could give you one piece of advice on any kind of external marketing you're doing, be consistent. And it's going to have to be done, frequently. Just one post a week is not going to be enough. People are going to have to hear this, and they're going to see it. And another thing that I would recommend on social media, I mean, most folks have a personal page, and I know some of you like to market on that personal page, some don't. I have found that it's beneficial. Number two, have your business page. It's a great page. But I would also suggest getting some group pages in there and making these group pages maybe unique to certain audiences. Maybe it's a group page for new moms. Maybe it's a group page for seniors. Maybe it's a group page for athletes. This is going to be a great way to attract, different clienteles that may not go to some of these other pages. So make sure you use social media. If you're going to use it, use it. Don't use it one moment and not use it the next. Stay consistent. Number two, as I was starting to allude to there a little bit, keep all your content fresh. Okay, like I say, nothing is kind of nuttier than you go to someone's website and here's a group exercise class from 3 months ago. Okay, you want current and new information. You want this fresh. One of the things that we talk about this in terms of the physical building, your physical plant, your facility itself. One of the keys to success is you want to keep it as new and as fresh today as the day that it first opened. Think about your social media, think about your website, think about everything online. Think about it in the same terms. You want to keep it as new and as fresh today as the day that you first started with it. Don't just think it's going to stand the test of time and that those graphics can stay the same, the speed can stay the same. There's a lot of other things you can do on there. Okay. Number three, use testimonials. Okay, social proof is big. I mean, we're trying to build trust, particularly if we're online, but use testimonials. Ask some of your best members, get some of your best members, give you some reviews on Google My Business, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Yelp. Get some testimonials. See what members want to be involved in some case studies. Maybe you can get members to take surveys and things of this nature. But use testimonials as social proof. Okay, I know I've got a great story that I tell. It's in some prior videos that you can listen to, but it's about a former manager that I worked with, and she had what she called her fat book. Okay, and it's kind of a story of her life, of how she had gained a pretty significant amount of weight, and then how she overcame that and became fit and accomplished some really good things. And it became a great testimony for her, to help her in that sales process. So you might even have good stories yourself you might want to include in there. Number four, network. Get involved in a networking group. Okay, get involved in a networking group. A lot of these networking groups, not all of them do it right. And I know I talk to a lot of folks. I'll just use the Chamber as an example, who's probably the biggest networking group. So many folks, they'll quit using the Chamber. Well, I don't get anything from it. I don't get anything from it. And the reason we don't is we don't do it right. Okay, networking is about helping others. It's about serving others. And by virtue of doing that, this is going to come back to you. And what I would comment on here on networking, you go to a networking event, you meet somebody, okay, you let them know that, hey, I'd like to sit down and chat with you. I'd like to learn more about your business. I'd like to learn more of what you do, okay, and how I can refer business to you. And so you meet with them. They tell you about their business, what they're looking for, and here's specifically how you can refer people. And in many cases, you'll probably find that you've got in your cell phone, you got people that you can refer immediately. And this is what you're trying to do. This is that's really the starting point of successful networking, is be a servant, be a resource center. We're trying to help people. Okay? By virtue of doing this, this will come back to you many times. It's an area that's not used enough. Number 5, expect some resistance on all of this. And why? Well, people get set in their ways. That's all. Okay? You're going to get some resistance. Expect it as part of it. The truth is, if you're not getting some resistance, you're probably not pushing enough. You're probably not doing enough. If you're not getting some resistance, you probably need to increase your activity level. But when you do, just know that it's common, it's normal, it's to be expected. Number 6, we're trying to get new members. Get referrals from every member. I would challenge you right now, if I were to stand at the front desk of your gym and I would talk to every member that comes in and leaves, and I ask them, do you have current guest passes? What would they say? I know in most cases, the answer would be no. Let's make sure they do. And there's things that go into it. Make sure there's a good call to action. It has to be redeemed within 2 weeks, that kind of thing. But make sure every one of your members has current guest passes. All new members, you should be getting referrals at point of sale and having regular monthly programs, to help entice that referral effort. Okay, start looking at your alumni. Let's return to our former members. Start looking at your alumni. What's our marketing look like? What does our outreach look like, to our alumni? Are we continuing to be a resource center? Are we continuing to help them solve problems and find solutions to what they're looking to do? Whether they live somewhere else, they still live here locally. Okay, what are we doing for them? Okay, reach out to them. You can have monthly events. For next month, hey, every weekend is alumni weekend. All alumni can come in and work out for free. Okay, all we're trying to do is just re-engage, right? So let's get them back in. So be looking at your alumni. You already have them. You already have the lead database. Number 8, keep track of your competition. This is one we talk about a lot. Let's keep track of our competition. What are they doing well? What are they not doing well? What are they not doing that you can bring to the marketplace? Because what you're trying to do, if you're trying to really, how do we get more members? How do I create more differentiation? How do I create differentiation? What can I do they're not doing? How can I start going after what I would call an uncontested market space? Okay, everyone's going after that fit or that semi-fit person. How can I look at maybe a deconditioned audience? How can I provide something different to the marketplace? So be looking at your competition. Number 9, this is the killer of all killers, I think, in business. Don't get complacent. Don't get complacent. I typically refer to it as success apathy. Just because we've had success in the past doesn't mean we're going to have success in the future. Okay, and we really want to stay away from this. Be mindful of it. This is where I get back to whatever your goals are. For example, whatever goals you set. Make sure you write them down first thing in the morning. Make sure you write them down last thing at night. Whenever you experience disappointment in the course of the day, write them down again. And we're trying to keep, the reasons why, that powerful why, the reasons why we're doing this, we're trying to keep that at top of mind. The more we do that, this in part will help us avoid, becoming complacent, or what I refer to as success apathy. And then finally, we want to get new members. Listen to our members. What are our members telling us? Okay, listen to them. Have a good feedback loop. Be doing surveys with them. Be communicating with them. When they call in, if they have a complaint or have a question, let's get back with them quickly. Let's get it resolved. But let's stay in touch. Let's stay in communication with our members. Let's understand where we're at. And one of the things too, I just kind of make this as a little side comment here on some of this. We're trying to get new members. We're also trying to keep who we have. Okay, and customer calls in and maybe they have a billing problem. Okay, get on this quick. Okay, accept responsibility. Mary, I understand completely. I accept full responsibility. Doesn't mean you're rolling over. Okay, but we're trying to keep our members, members, okay? And too often we'll make the member wrong, maybe not intentionally, but we'll make the member wrong. But really listen to them, take responsibility if something doesn't go right, let's get it fixed, let's move on. And if you do a really good job on that, you're really satisfied, maybe that customer complaint, to me, that's about the highest level of member service you can give. You've earned the right maybe to ask for a referral or maybe to show personal training or something like that. So 10 ways to get new members, 10 ways that won't cost you anything, 10 ways that are sitting right there for you. Okay, you don't always have to go out and spend $2,000 for a social media marketing campaign. You can do this and won't have near that expense to do it. So folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today, and we'll look forward to seeing you all on that next video.